Internet has been around since the late 1960s, but in 1990 the World Wide Web was invented. Adoption was slow in homes because it was expensive. It wasn't until December 1996 when America Online changed their hourly fee for users to a flat monthly rate of $19.95 that it took off. This helped fuel the second explosion of home computer sales and internet usage among the general populace. Here are some things that were huge during the internet explosion early years that you might find interesting. Number 1. GeoCities was a very popular hosting service for information-only websites. It really looked like an eyesore though. It was purchased by Yahoo in 1999. Number 2. ICQ, the first one-to-one chat platform, was released in 1996 and bought by America Online in 1998. The acronym stands for I Seek You. It was common to ask people you meet for their ICQ number. Number 3. Search engine competition. Google was just one of a great many search engines, most of which have disappeared. Alta Vista, Lycos, WebCrawler, Yahoo, Ask Jeeves, an internet butler, and meta search engines like Mama and Dogpile were all in fierce competition. Number 4. Between 1994 and 1998, Amazon only sold books online and nothing more. So how was programming during this time? Well, Microsoft released Visual Basic in 1991. It was extremely popular on the PC platform and introduced many beginning programmers to drag-and-drop design to create your user interface. It could create Windows applications. HTML was invented in 1990, and the first browser was invented in 1992. HTML is not a programming language per se, because there are no logical flows for one. This is a markup language designed for arranging the display of things on a web page. By itself, each web page cannot change unless you update the HTML. E-commerce is not possible without some server-side coding as well. HTML is rendered on the user's computer in their browser. The earliest websites were just static code for informational purposes. You could not buy anything on the internet for a while. Perl was invented in 1987, prior to the internet, and was an important part of CGI, a web server feature that made early websites able to be dynamic and not just static HTML. Active Server Pages, also known as ASP, was released by Microsoft in 1996. One of the languages you could use was VBScript, which was a derivative language of Visual Basic. ASP let you write logic and code right into your HTML. Client-side scripting language JavaScript was invented in 1995 by Netscape, a browser company. Its code ran inside the browser. Originally named ECMAScript, they changed it to JavaScript at the last moment to capitalize on the popularity of Java, although it has few similarities. What's interesting is that there's been a huge surge in JavaScript popularity in the last few years, largely due to extensive JavaScript frameworks such as AngularJS and React. Java was released to the public in 1996, incorporating C++-like syntax, but far more readable. It was an alternative to create standalone applications like Visual Basic could also do. Java servlets could execute server-side code on a web server in late 1996. Java applets could be embedded within an HTML page and execute Java code in just that section of the page. JSP was released as a competitor to ASP in 1999. C#, this language, the preferred language for .NET, others included Visual Basic.NET, was developed in 2002 to address various shortcomings, weaknesses, and problems of working in ASP, Java, and C++, and was originally thought by many to be a Java knockoff. Indeed, the syntax looked very similar initially, but in later years C# evolved at a faster rate than Java and developed several outstanding features that Java later copied, generics for example. C# also introduced LINQ in 2007, a powerful querying library integrated directly into the language. The Task Parallel library was released in 2010 and is an extremely powerful and simplified way to do parallel processing tasks. Under no terms am I saying that Java is the only one doing the copying though. The popularity of Ruby on Rails MVC pattern in 2005 was superior to what ASP.NET offered at the time, and many companies jumped ship to Ruby. This made Microsoft rush to adopt their own similar MVC framework in 2009. Make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell icon to get notifications, and share. Virtuoso Code, the place to learn how to program like an expert.